Bulldogs versus the Kentucky Wildcats, and I'm for sure that it is me, Riley, and Hex all up into the booth today for this game, and we are hoping for a great one. And Riley, give out your thoughts.
Well, I think this is going to be a really tough matchup for Kentucky here. But the advantage is they will be at home, so the crowd noise and all that's going to help for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, you have a tough opponent right here in the Bulldogs. They already went 3-0 in the last three games that they had. Some of them have been tough, some of them has not. So, and same thing for Kentucky. They just came off of a loss against South Carolina. Tough game right there, throwing a pick on the in the last bit of the game, but I mean, it should be a good one. One's coming off a loss, one is trying to keep that streak alive, and we're just hoping to see a good one coming out of these two players, as hoping to see them join the lobby. Ghost.
I guess while we wait,
Do it.
Hex, do you have any thoughts?
I tried to join it, it didn't let me,
You
so it
know,
just invited you.
Kentucky's going to have a really hard matchup against the one ranked team in the nation, Georgia. Georgia has no weaknesses, really, but Kentucky has some interesting skill players that could make this a close and interesting game, so, who knows?
Yeah, we right now waiting. Do y'all
Technical
have any
difficulties.
oh, go ahead. Yeah, I was about to say, since we're waiting right now, waiting for myself to get into the lobby.
Do I need to back out and do it again?
You can,
Oh,
yeah.
no, you're good. I guess I you just we're good.
All right, there we go. As before we get into this game, do y'all have any favorites to come out of this game as victorious people, or what we have here for you, Riley and Hex? Riley,
What's up? Let him mix up.
do you have who do you have as possible favorites to win?
I would say Georgia, even though it's on the road, it's just I think it's going to be too much for Kentucky to handle, unfortunately. But I do think he might be able to keep it close.
Right, okay. And Hex?
You know, what's that coming down the track? It's the meme machine in the red and black. Ain't nothing finer
Okay.
in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. But you know what? Give me Kentucky with the upset here.
All right. So remember, they can't hear him. So, um, yeah. As we come into this game, this should be a very good one right here. Kentucky have to get back in that momentum swing. Have to figure out what they can possibly do against a very good team here, and lock in is what we would love to say. Here we go as we are heading into the kickoff.
Not
And
too
we
many
are
Georgia
off
fans.
and away. Not yet. They're all at the very top deck. As that ball as that ball would take us out to the 18. Here we go as we will have Carson Beck and crew coming out to see what that first drive can give out to them fans. As that stadium post is already high up there. It's just gonna be a jet sweep. And that's gonna be all the way up to about 7 yards right there for the number 6 wide receiver.
Just nice safe start, keeping it on the ground, nothing wrong with that. Let's see what
Yeah.
they decide to do here.
Yeah, second down and 3. 5 minutes into the game. Another first down, 13-yard run carry from Trevor. It's been this Georgia Bulldogs team. A lot of people had doubts about it, and especially the user. A lot of people thought that the user could not perform as well as the team, but over these last 3 weeks, he was able to show that it is not just the team, and it is himself too. So coming out to this second down and 4, Riley, do you have anything to say?
Well, I think the thing is here in this game, the trenches, they're going to give Mason a lot of extra time on
Yeah,
offense, and then Ghost is not going to have as much time.
yeah, yeah. I can completely understand that with first down and 10 with the corner route wide open down to the 37. Great job. And the Georgia Bulldogs is a play action pass, and he's gonna throw it out. Second down and 10 now. Even though in this game we do know that a lot of times that the offensive line breaks down, pretty much it doesn't matter what team you have. So this is also really good as he goes back to pass, and he will get tackled before he even gets that ball out. Third down and 10.
Last two plays really had a guy open, but it's just pass rush from Kentucky. He's just getting there right before he's able to get the ball off.
Yeah, and that's when that pocket presence from Carson Beck has to come into play. There it goes. You're going to show a little screen right here. Fourth down and 15 as he just sat down for some odd reason, and that would make Georgia punt the ball. Actually, no, field goal,
Oh,
and Lord help me.
see, this is not really one I would necessarily kick because if you have to time something like this, and
And
he might have
wow,
just
what a
proved me
day.
wrong, just made it.
Great kick from the Georgia Bulldogs. That meter was definitely going back and forth. I'm sure the stream can see from Ghost's point of view. They did not see how fast the meter was going, but um, pretty fast for them. As now we got Kentucky out here to roll out and see if they can either score 3 to tie the game or take the lead. As it is 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first quarter. At the 25, let's see what Kentucky can possibly do in a single back formation. And it's going to be a jet sweep. 2 jet sweeps from the players as he takes it all the way down to the first. And that will be at the 35. Pretty good play right there from Kentucky.
Really similar start right there. Did basically the same thing Mason did. See if he tries to mix it up here.
That was the run. Didn't work right there with the run. Second down and 10. You do know that we have some great stars on this team, especially on this defense. They read most stuff, so I expect Kentucky to be very careful about what they throw. Here we go, back out to pass. Throws that little Texas route, and he's going to gain 6 yards on that catch and be a third down and 4.
A lot more manageable now with that 6-yard gain.
Yeah, and I mean, with that, that's good right there. Good little gain to make that third down and 4 a bit more manageable, and being able to hone into what he can possibly do here. Is he going to throw that zig route, and that will be an incomplete pass. Fourth down and 4. Kentucky going to punt the ball away back to the UGA team, and that will almost be a block. Oh, and this will be a flag.
This one is coming back.
Yes, it is. And Kentucky will keep the ball as it was roughing the kicker. Pretty big mistake right there from one of the Georgia Bulldog players.
It's really something you cannot let happen if you can do anything about it, because this just completely restarts the drive for Kentucky.
Yep,
And
there
this
we
is just
go.
what
And as we
happens.
say that, takes it all the way out, but spins right out of bounds, and that would take the ball down to the 21. Another first down right there. 23 yards he have on the carry already. But that was his first rush, well, second rush of the day. I'm surprised that they've been able to run this ball. But right there, once again, UGA stepping up. Only holding them to a 2-yard carry. We'll go back out into a pistol formation. Second down and 8 at the 19. First quarter is already being ran down as they run the ball again, making moves down to the 13. Third and 3. I mean, Riley, when it comes down to 3rd and 3, your playbook is wide open. You have various things you're able to do, such as like in routes, comeback routes, and everything else. But now with the field being a bit more shorter at the 13, what do you possibly expect to see right here?
Yeah, that's honestly not what I would have expected, but it's working out really well. I usually like
Yep,
to
and
do some kind of short pass.
yeah. And there we go with that PA boot slide. Another good play right there with a big truck right there holding them down to first down and goal at the 1. Anything can happen here. The most expected one would be a goal line type of play. Here we go. As the start of the second quarter has already started, welcome. And that will not be a touchdown, surprisingly, but they will hurry it up. Second down and goal, they
Does
stopped
he
them
sneak it
surprisingly.
here?
Yeah, and there you go, runs it once again, and George stops them, pushes them back 2 yards, and that will be third down and goal at the 3.
I don't know if that was the best call there. I probably would have played it safe and just used the QB sneak.
Yep.
When you're that
Yep,
close, you just don't have time.
Yup, and once again right here, third down and goal. He's gonna run it back, toss 1-on-1, knocks him down. Fourth down and goal. What a goal line stop from the Georgia Bulldogs, as they will make Kentucky kick a field goal, and he misses it.
The former
That lag
Georgia
was
Southern
so
kicker
bad.
just misses wide left.
That was so
Just
bad.
really
The
have to take
lag.
advantage of those.
Wow, as we do know, them type of field goals at the hash marks are really hard to make, but man, what a kick right there. Is not at the 20-yard line, back for Georgia. Second down and 10 as they stopped them on the run. Let's see what Georgia can come out here and do. Now since they're in the lead, Kentucky gets the ball at the half. What a catch from that drag route. That's going to get 7 yards and take us to 3rd and 3. Yeah, Riley, did you expect anything a little bit of a mixed play call from the Kentucky, mixes like blitzes and everything?
I think they're gonna definitely have to mix it up, but you can't commit too much to the run or anything like that because they can just throw it right over the top. You got a really fast receiver out there on the boundaries. It's just not worth it.
Right. Yeah, and as you just seen right there, Trevor once again with another good run. First down and 10 at the 46. There you go, run a stretch. Try to cut back in. Second down and 9. His longest rush for today was 19 yards. You've seen UGA, they like to run the ball more. They pass it every now and then, but running this ball very much just it seemed like to get a feel. But deep down the field, catch down at the 8.
That's just what you have to deal with when you play a team like Georgia. Just guys that are gonna burn you, and you just have to play for it.
Yup, and you can see a bunch of it was open down the field, but a very great catch on the sideline down to the 8. First down and goal for UGA. As there they go, they run it right up the middle. Bang, right there.
Just great blocking by the line there. Just paved a hole right through the middle of the defense.
Yup, and good kick right up the middle to make the score 10-0. With under 2 minutes left in the second quarter, we still have Kentucky getting this ball back And also remember, they do get the ball back in the second half, so they have a chance to score a touchdown here and possibly be able to score another touchdown if they run out the time and get the ball back. They have enough time to get back in the lead. It is a possibility.
I will say this game definitely could be worse for Kentucky right now. Georgia could have had two touchdowns, but being able to hold them to a field goal was really good for them.
Yeah, they go once again. Big pressure right there. As we also going to get our thoughts from Hex after seeing, the first quarter and almost the end of the second quarter. Do you have any, what would you like to say about this game right here?
Kentucky's doing something really good in bringing pressure to the quarterback, but they have 0 sacks. Against a team like Georgia, you have to be able to capitalize on as many pressures as they have.
Deep down the field, catch. Go ahead, Act.
Like I said, you just can't let that happen. You can't pressure a quarterback and not capitalize. And you're seeing that now as Georgia has a 10-point lead against Kentucky.
Yeah, and I mean, just a great catch right there with multiple people right in that zone to try to get that ball out of his hands. Didn't work as they coming out in an odd formation. And that's a fumble toss back. I don't know what was that right there. Second down and 20. Time is ticking.
Don't know if I would have did a hurry up on that. You kind of want to get out of that formation.
Yeah, and I mean, back out to pass, throws it away, 3rd and 20. Don't know what Kentucky was thinking right there, but that was definitely a questionable call right there. As now
Really?
Go ahead.
This really might be a missed opportunity by Kentucky. With this, if they could get a touchdown here, this would really put them in a great position, but...
Yep, there you go. Lobs it down the field. And he caught it! What a catch! Down to the 9! 1st and goal! 1-on-1 with the defender. Catches it right over him. That was a surprising catch as it takes Kentucky down the field. Man. Now with Kentucky down within the red zone, what can they do here? Rolls out, pressure, throws the ball away.
You don't necessarily want to score too quick here. You really want to burn some of that clock, so because Georgia is going to have plenty of opportunities to move down the field.
Yep, and that's 100% correct because they also have 3 timeouts. They haven't used anything yet. So running it to the right, Kentucky gets stopped at the 6, 3rd and goal.
I think right here you have to think about, if you're Kentucky, if you don't get this, you need to at least make them waste one of those timeouts or get it on the middle so it's an easier field goal.
Or, or make sure you be able to lock in 3 points before the half even ends. And there they go once again. Big pressure right there. They surrounded them all around, and that will be 4th down. Again, another stop from Georgia. Their first sack today, but both teams have equal and the QB pressures as Kentucky decides to go for it. This is surprising right here from the 10-yard line. 48 seconds left. Here they go. Throws it in. It's a pick. Can he take it back? No, he can't. Down to the 6.
I get why you want to score, but I just don't think it was worth it there. You take the 3 points and then you could tie it after next half.
Yep. At the 6. Let's see what Georgia going to do. Throw a little out route to their... Oh! Oh, a fumble, but he got the ball back. That would have been something. There you go. Back out to pass. They send a blitz all the way to the right. There they go. Deep down the field. Bang! Right there. And that's all the way down. And that will be a touchdown once again for Georgia. 16-0 before half. And I mean, that's what happens when mistakes, just get. That's what happens when mistakes just keep piling up for Kentucky. You get the other team, and they just was able to capitalize on it. 17-0 right now before half.
Yeah, his mistakes really just compounded in the last minute here. You really just gotta take your 3 points when you can get them. Take your
Yep.
medicine. Move on to the next drive.
Yep, and I mean, right here, 26 seconds left in the second quarter. You still have a bit time. We've seen a lot of things happen with 26 seconds left. A lot of people was able to score in this amount of time. So anything can happen here. With 21 seconds left, second down and 11 from the 24. Play action pass, and it will be a sack. Bring them down once again. Second sack of the day for Georgia. As now it's just run out the time. It looks like we don't know if they will be able to make this third down call, but
Yeah.
it's
If
gonna
you're
be back.
Kentucky here, you need to get it downfield.
Yeah, and lobs it to the defense. Another pick. Can he take it back? Stumbles, moves to the right, and he's down at the 35. They have a chance for a field goal from 52 yards out. The wind is blowing pretty much a lot.
Did he make another one? He did,
He
right through the
will
middle.
make it. 20-0. This is what happens when, like you said, Riley, mistakes just keep piling up. And Hex, what do you have to possibly say about this game right here?
You know, again, it's the mistakes from Kentucky and not getting a certain player involved. We've seen one target to him, and it was a big one, and we've not seen him for the rest of the game. If you're Kentucky, you have to make some adjustments. You have to learn to get your players involved, the ones you know can specifically beat certain players on this Georgia defense, especially being so great. You just have to get those players involved.
A lob again! This time it would be incomplete, and now we're at halftime. With the halftime score being 20-0, it's still a possibility for Kentucky to come back. We've seen much worse scores um, be blown, and as Kentucky gets the ball back, they have a chance to lower that lead down to 2 scores. So, Riley, what do you possibly think that Kentucky needs to do in order to not only score a touchdown on this drive, but bring them back into the game and the crowd?
They just need to slowly sustain a drive and get down the field, get a touchdown. Just know that you can do it, and that should build up some confidence to hopefully get a stop on defense.
Right. And Hank, do you have anything to say about what can Kentucky possibly do to get back in this game, knowing that Georgia has been right now absolutely perfect right now on all their offensive plays?
I think Kentucky needs to capitalize on what they know they've had success on and figure out ways to, make adjustments and be able to beat Georgia in the way that they know they can beat them. Like I said a couple seconds ago, they have a guy they've went to once, and he is one of the better players in college football. With his elite speed, you just have to find a way to find him the ball when you can, but not make the mistakes that you've made. Georgia is
Right.
up 20 because you have made those mistakes. And
Yep.
you're not
And
capitalizing on what you need to capitalize, You're
yeah.
going away from what's worked and just trying to force the ball. Trust me, I know what it's like to force the ball. I do it all the time, and it never works out.
Yeah, I mean, right here with a clutch third down conversion, that was great right there from Kentucky. Is now they throw it across the middle, another catch again, and you can see it right here. Well, you can't, but Brock was really good last week. Even though in the loss he had a really good game compared to what he has now with 2 picks being thrown already, and with the third quarter slowly but surely winding down, he has a chance to make some great plays. Is it down deep the field, and that will be incomplete if it was a since he caught the ball, it will be incomplete. None of the feet landed inside.
Really just needs to keep doing what he was doing a couple plays ago, just slowly making your way down the field. You have some time. Make use of it.
Yeah, I mean, and once again that pressure coming in, but there we go. Good pass on that drag route. They have more first downs than UGA, but they've been able to sling the ball down the field pretty much, pretty much easy for Georgia compared to Kentucky as they right now trying to get back into this game. Already half of time cut off in the third quarter as they almost just blown up that screen as that would be a second down and 1.
That was almost a really good user by Masseuse there to just read the play. They just got a bad animation there.
Yeah, and I mean, he almost had a chance to take it back for multiple yards. Almost had a chance to make Kentucky lose yards, but right here, another one right there, second down and 1, but he moves up just to lose less yards. Third down and 6, third sack of the day for the Bulldogs.
Just moved a little bit too deep in the pocket there. It really causes those defenders to really move in on you.
And this is bad right here. It will be a 3rd and 11. False start on the right tackle. This is what you don't need as they right now in an empty formation.
You have to convert here.
Yes, you do. Here we go. Back to pass, heaves it downfield, and that will be out. 4th and 11. What can Kentucky do here?
You really have to go for it here. You don't really have an option. You got Georgia. You just have to go ahead and convert this 4th down.
Yep, and I mean, this is a crucial one right here, too. The game is still... You can still come back from it if you can convert this right here. Down the field, one-on-one with the corner. He slows down, and that's another pick. Cornerback played that. As we know, the safety played that pretty well, playing right under the wide receiver. And that is another pick today for Brock. And
I don't hate that shot there. I know he's one-on-one. I'd like to have seen him use her onto the receiver.
Yeah. Second down and yes, and I mean, game is not over. We've seen plenty of crazy things happen in these type of games, but right now they're just starting to wind down time and slowly but surely make sure they get to that 4-0 record. Here we go. It's Trevor. What a move! Moving all the way to the right. And say goodbye as he will take the touchdown once again. 121 yards on the rush.
That really is the dagger for this game. Just Kentucky really just needs to try to get a couple points on the board just to make this loss not as bad.
Yeah. I mean, they just need some momentum to go into the next game as much as possible because you just don't want to have a 1-2 record and have the morale on your team just slowly but surely start to fall off. I mean, but when you look at Georgia right here, they have a possible chance of going 4-0. Yeah, they have a possible chance of going 4-0. Carson Beck has been exceptional today. He's been really good, completing most of his passes. The defense on Georgia has been very good today too, causing, the Kentucky QB Brock to throw multiple picks and multiple QB pressures, getting them out of his rhythm. And he also used to be a backup in Georgia. That is also another nice fact too. As now it's 3rd down and 7 here. Kentucky trying to convert. try to make the score a bit less painful. Lobs it down the field, all the way to the left, and that will be an incomplete pass.
Really, at this point, just getting desperate, just trying to get lucky, get somebody open deep. It's just not been happening against this Georgia defense.
Yeah, I mean they've been really good with not as up in the QB to pass that ball down the field once again, and it's another pick. It's the fourth one today. This game has been, as they wave to the crowd, good night.
At this point, if you're Mason, you're just trying to get some more yards for the Heisman.
Yeah, I mean, just great game from them today. They've been able to turn the ball over and get points out of it as soon as possible. As it is now the end of the third quarter, the score is 27-0. Georgia. It's been a great game for Georgia today. They've been able to go on the road and win this game by pretty much a lot, but as it will be a jet sweep spin down to second down and inches. He didn't pass the ball as much as he did the last game, but second down and inches right here, as there's going to be a blitz, and that's a fumble. And Kentucky grabs it.
Can he bring it back? This will be
Can
big.
he bring
big
it
man.
back?
The big
Can
boy.
he bring it back? He breaks the tackle!
Touchdown.
Touchdown!
A win's a win. A win's a win.
Bang.
Oh my god.
What a... Oh,
That is that is fucking insane.
Don't call it a comeback.
What a
Derrick
fumble
Jackson.
recovery. What a fumble recovery right there, and taking it back to make the score, make them go down by only 20. That's their first takeaway of the game, too. It's been pretty much a no turnover game for Georgia before that even happened, but it seems like that streak has ended as he just went flipping as he goes down at the 20.
How will Mason respond?
At the 20, runs it all the way to the left. One person to beat. Spin! Down
And
the field.
he's gone.
To the 30, the 20, the 10, and that will be a touchdown again for Trevor. An absolute great day for the man.
Kirby Smart just had to get him out there, get another touchdown. Was not happy about the last play.
3 touchdowns of today and just broke over 200 rushing yards with only 9 attempts, but great job for Trevor. Being able to take that all the way back. 3 rushing touchdowns show you a lot. Great rushing game from them today, as they go back up by 27. Kentucky coming back out here to the field, trying to score a touchdown or something for the momentum. Moves up in the pocket, gets sacked once again. That has been the game the whole time. 4 takeaways, 4 sacks for this team.
Brock
Second down.
Vandegrift just not very fast. Trying to really move up the pocket there, but it just does not have the speed for it.
Yup, and once again trying to make a move. Not illegal for a pass, but he drops the ball. Good play from the cornerback from Georgia right there, as it is now 3rd down and 14 at the 7. throws that drag route. 4th down and 7 out the 14. 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter, so it's slowly but surely starting to end.
This might be the last time we see Kentucky on us, unless they convert this.
4th down and 7. Let's see if they can convert. Lob it deep down the field, and that will be incomplete. Georgia gets the ball back, and this will be the mark of the game. Pretty much over with 3 minutes left in the fourth.
Mason's just gonna run out the clock here.
Yeah. Trevor once again with another great day. 212 yards on the rush with 3 touchdowns to add on to it.
Really got to consider Trevor for the Heisman race here. A game like that, averaging 21 yards almost a carry.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, that right there shows a lot. Great job from him today, being able to find the lanes open and being able to score. Carson Beck has also had a great day too, with just under 200 passing yards. Still had a great day, only missing about two passes. Really great for him today as they run a jet sweep going back to the 9. 2nd down and goal. Go ahead.
He forgot to put on shoe clock here.
It's Trevor once again breaks a tackle going down to the 5.
He really wanted his 4th touchdown of the day there.
Yeah, I mean, get what you can right here. He throws a screen, got stuck on the man, and that will be a 4th down and goal. Kentucky will come out here for one last time, and that field goal is up and good, down by 30. I mean, as we come down to the end of the game, what are our possible thoughts, X?
You know, if you're Kentucky, you have to come back and look at the mistakes you made in this game. I did say it earlier. But they were trying to be too big. Yes, did they need to get their big players involved? Absolutely. But they were trying to be too big and too ballsy when they didn't need to be. If you look at the beginning of this game, they were being very short, simple, and was getting it done. Sure, they didn't score any points, but they weren't making mistakes. They weren't throwing interceptions. They weren't, getting essentially, blown out. They had opportunities to take their easy points and keep some momentum, and they didn't take it. Now, against Georgia, sure, it's okay to take some of those opportunities and basically pull a Dan Campbell when you don't need to do. But, in the situation you're in, you got to take your points, and, just got to think, how can you bounce back next week if you're Kentucky?
Yeah, and same thing for you, Riley. Go ahead and say what you thought about like, what could what can Kentucky do better here as they come out of this game?
Just really have to try not to force some of those deep passes. That's where all the picks came on. Just deep passes, just unwarranted throws, just didn't happen.
Yeah, and I can completely understand that from both of y'all. With only 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter, yeah, like I said, slowly but surely winding it down. The 5th pick of today, and it looks like he is going to take that back for a pick 6 to make the score 44-7. Dan Jackson with the pick 6, and that will mark the end of the game. That must hurt as Kentucky fans are already leaving the stadium pissed off and sad, hoping for the next game they'll be able to do better. I mean, I can agree with y'all with the mistakes once again, that Kentucky has made. I'm for sure they can always learn from what they did. They missed out, I say, for about 14 points left on this board. That they can always, come back and look at the film study and see what they can do better going into the next game. But now being 1-2, you don't if in order to make it to the playoffs, you cannot lose that many games. So right now they're already on the verge of being a not being able to make it to the playoffs. As he throws it deep down the field once again. 3 seconds left on the clock, and one more play should do it. This will end it right here. Another pick, and it will be 6 picks of the day. As today, this will mark the end, and that will be your final score. Georgia, #1 ranked in the nation, 44, and Kentucky, 7. And right here, we just got to go to the stats and look at what happened in this game not from what we've seen, but also from the stat line. And the most notable player that we can see, the player of the game, should be Trevor. As if we can go to him real quick. He had a great day, him and Carson back. Trevor, once again, had a great day with 12 receptions. 12 attempts on the rush with 218 yards with 3 touchdowns. He had two breaking tackles, but most of his yards came from running deep down the field. And longest run of the day for Trevor was 80 yards down the field. Pretty great from him. And Carson Beck, once again, him doing really good, missing only 3 passes, 169 yards, and 75 completion percentage with a touchdown. With the receiving yards going to Dominic, having 4 receptions, having the most receptions on the team with 30 yards. And Smith also being good with 2 receptions and 131 yards and a touchdown. As we can go to Kentucky, they're passing, once again, Brock. Not that good of today, having 15 out of 35, 208 yards, and only a 42 completion percentage right there, with also the 6 picks added onto that. The rushing game was able to show up a bit. Not that much, though, knowing that Brock has negative 18 yards because of the sacks. But DeMonte having 7 rushing attempts and 33 yards. And then if we go to their wide receivers, we have Jordan Dangle, who had the most receptions on the team with 40 yards. And then Barian Brown with 3 receptions and 99 yards. As that will be the end of the game and the end of the stat line. We hope to see you week 5 for another great game.